up, everybody, and welcome back to the Wandering Larper. As always, I'm your host, Salvatore. On today's episode of the Wandering Larper, we are going to be reviewing Walt Disney's Gargoyles Hudson by Neca. This is the latest release in the Gargoyles series, so we've got Hudson on the table right in front of us, and we've got the rest of the released Gargoyles, so we're going to see how they compare to last year's releases and analyze this guy and see if he's worth the $45 investment to own him yourself. So without further ado, let's jump right into the episode. So I've been really excited for Hudson to come out for a while now. He's a really cool character. If you watch the original show that Walt Disney released, I think it was only a few seasons, but it has a die-hard cult following. Neca really brought the pieces to life with this series. I'm enjoying collecting these so far. So my sponsor sent me out Hudson. I got him in the mail. I was thrilled. I couldn't wait to open him up. I've always liked Hudson because he kind of has like a brownish flesh tone to him. He looks a little more realistic, more like anatomically correct versus like the blue or dark blue. His wings are copper. He comes with an extra head with an aggressive pose, which is really nice on the face, a very aggressive expression. He also comes with a sword, and he comes with a total of 7 hands. He can only hold his sword in the right hand. I don't know what that means to anybody out there, if you wanted it left or if it's correct or incorrect from the series, but I do believe Hudson is a righty. So right away, he stacks up excellently with the other figures. It's, Randy over at Neca sculpting these things, so, a lot of quality and love goes into each piece. The muscle atrophy and the pose on them is great. I love the hands and the claws, and he does not disappoint in the series. Overall, I love working with the figures as far as removing heads, removing hands. That's really nice with these figures. It's not as rough as some of their horror lines and some of the TMNT where you feel like they're gonna break. A couple little complaints that I do have on the line though. You do have to pose these up looking down. No matter how you really pose these, they're always looking down. Well, of course they're gargoyles, so they live up on top of buildings, so they would be looking down. But that means you're going to either have to put them on a high up shelf or suspend them from the ceiling. Now the figures look like they could take a little bit of a tumble, and they kind of have that rubbery celluloid feel, but the wings on every single one of these feels so flimsy, and it feels like that breakable plastic that would just shatter from the slightest pressure break. So I cannot stress enough, wherever you are displaying these, make sure they do not fall. Hudson's a great addition. He didn't come as accessory heavy as a few of the other ones like Goliath and Tylog, suitcases of money and different cool things and spell books. He kind of just came with his sword, but the sculpt himself is great. Everything on them is nice. The talons, the facial expressions, the way they did the hair, they're beautiful sculpts. They don't really need a lot. I don't think they display well with all of their accessories. I kind of like them bare bones. Maybe if it's like their signature sword or like an energy staff like Tylog, you might want to definitely display it with that. But for the most part, they're gargoyles. They shredded you apart with their hands and their claws and talons, and that's just what they did. If you're a fan of the series, you got to keep going. They're about $45 each, which is really steep, but nowadays kind of the norm for a nice action figure. So if you can swing the $45, add them to your collection. If you're a completionist, you're gonna wanna get the whole set. The mechanical bad guy's the next one out next, so he looks pretty cool too, but I was more jazzed about Hudson. And until the next review, the next toy convention, or the next LARP, keep having fun and stay healthy and safe out there.